All right, so let's get into this because this topic is something most guys are curious about, but very few actually understand how to do properly. We're talking about dirty talk, and the reason it matters so much is simple. When it's done the right way, it can completely change the entire experience in the bedroom. It's not just about words, it's about creating a feeling so intense that it hits her instantly. Done well, it can turn her on fast, sometimes in seconds, and make the moment feel way more charged than just physical touch alone. But here's the reality. Most men either stay completely silent or they say things that just don't land right. And the difference between those guys and the ones who truly know what they're doing is massive. The men who understand this skill have a kind of influence and control that most guys never even come close to experiencing. The good part is, once you understand how this works, it's not complicated. It's just about knowing what to say, how to say it, and why it works on a deeper level. By the time you really get comfortable with this, you can create a situation where she's thinking about you long after the moment is over. She's replaying things in her mind, craving that same feeling again, and pulling you closer whenever she gets the chance. So don't just skim through this. Stay with it, because every part builds on the next. You're watching. And from here on, think of this as your inside guide to understanding what actually goes on in a woman's mind. No fluff, no guessing, just straight insight into what creates attraction, desire, and connection on a real level. Before we even talk about what to say, there's something important you need to understand. The way women experience attraction is very different from how most men think. At its core, female desire is deeply tied to how she feels about herself in that moment. What excites her the most isn't just what's happening physically. It's the feeling of being wanted, being desired, being the focus of your attention. Throughout life, women are often in roles where they're giving, caring, and focusing on others. So when it comes to intimacy, what they really want is to let go of all that and feel like they are the center of your world, even if it's just for that moment. They want to feel like you can't get enough of them, like they're the one driving your desire, like they have that effect on you. And that right there is the foundation of great dirty talk. It's not about saying random, explicit things. It's about making her feel attractive, appreciated, and completely desired. When you understand that, everything else becomes much easier. So how do you actually do it? The first and easiest way is through direct compliments. If you're ever unsure of what to say, this is your safest and most effective move. Keep it simple, but make it specific. Instead of generic praise, focus on what you genuinely notice. Tell her how much you love her body, how incredible she looks from a certain angle, or how attractive she is in that exact moment. You don't have to limit it to appearance either. You can talk about how she feels, how she smells, the way her skin feels against yours, or even the sounds she makes. If she's reacting, let her know you notice it. Something as simple as pointing out how good she sounds or how much it turns you on can amplify everything she's already feeling. This works because it reassures her that she's doing something right, that she's desired, and that you're fully present with her. The second approach is making observations. This is where you're not really coming up with lines, you're just describing what's happening. And that's powerful because it shows her that you're paying attention to her, not just going through the motions. For example, if you notice her reacting strongly, you can point it out. If her body is responding, if she's moving a certain way, if there's a change in her breathing, say it. When she hears you noticing these details, it pulls her deeper into the moment and makes her more aware of her own feelings. It's almost like you're guiding her attention to what she's experiencing, which intensifies it. The third thing is expressing your own experience. A lot of guys stay quiet, but silence can actually disconnect the moment. She wants to know how it feels for you, what's going through your mind, how much you're enjoying it. So don't hold that back. Let her hear it. Tell her how good it feels, how much she turns you on, how much you enjoy being close to her. Even small reactions or sounds can make a big difference. It shows that you're fully involved, not just physically, but mentally as well. When she feels that, it creates a feedback loop. She enjoys it more because she knows you're enjoying it, and that builds stronger connection and attraction. The fourth method is telling her what you want. Confidence plays a huge role here. When you clearly express your desire, it shows that you know what you want and you're not afraid to go after it. But the key is to keep her at the center of that desire. Instead of making it just about you, frame it in a way where she's still the focus. Let your words revolve around her presence, and what you want with her. This keeps that feeling of being desired strong while also showing leadership and confidence. And finally, the fifth approach is giving direction. This is slightly different, but just as important. While women love feeling desired, they also enjoy being able to relax and let go. One of the easiest ways to help her do that is by taking the lead. That doesn't mean being aggressive or overwhelming. It means guiding the moment. Simple, clear directions can actually be very powerful when delivered the right way. It creates a sense of structure, allowing her to stop overthinking and just experience everything. But there's an important detail here. Tone matters more than the words themselves. You have to sound certain, no hesitation, no second guessing. Your voice should be steady, calm, and confident. Even a simple sentence can feel completely different depending on how you say it. If you're not used to this, it might feel strange at first. That's normal. Anything new feels awkward in the beginning. But with repetition, it becomes natural much faster than you think. Even practicing alone can help you get comfortable with your tone and delivery. Over time, this becomes second nature, and that's when it really starts to have an impact. And if you're someone who feels like things have been quiet for a while, or the energy in your relationship isn't what it used to be, understand that this is something that can be rebuilt. Communication, especially this kind of communication, plays a huge role in bringing that spark back. There are ways to reintroduce excitement, to create that tension again, and to bring back the kind of connection that makes everything feel alive. It starts with understanding, then applying, and then building consistency. If you want to go deeper into this and learn how to create that kind of energy, not just in the bedroom, but before it even gets there, there are structured methods that break it down step by step. Things that show you how to build attraction through conversation, how to create anticipation, and how to naturally lead things in that direction. So if that's something you're looking for, take the time to explore it further and actually apply what you learn. Over time, this becomes second nature, and that's when it really starts to have an impact. And if you're someone who feels like things have been quiet for a while, or the energy in your relationship isn't what it used to be, understand that this is something that can be rebuilt.